So I've read 1,000 books over my car sales career. Beyond a doubt, the number one reason why I got to becoming the general manager of a dealership, making over $300,000 a year, and I've read close to 1,000 books. And out of those 1,000 books, these are the top 5 sales books that completely changed my life. Let's get started. Let's get into the video. The number one book is by an author called Og Mandino, which is the greatest salesman in the world. This book was the first book that was introduced to me when I first started in car sales. I had not started reading books until after I had become a general sales manager. Now, at the beginning of my career in the automotive industry, the reason why I was able to move up in my career so quickly was because out of sheer desperation, out of sheer work ethic. I literally did not leave the dealership because I was so broke at that time. And when I was a sales manager, I was fortunate enough to have a vice president who was all about personally developing the people that worked with him. And he had told me about reading books, about self-development. He said, Vashal, you need to get into reading. You need to start watching YouTube videos. And I said, well, I've never even heard of this before. What do you mean about personal development? What do you mean about reading books? I had not read a book since I was in college. And he said, Vashal, started off with this one. The first one that he told me about was Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world. Now, this book is a very small book, but this book completely changed my perspective. This book is about scrolls. It's about this young man who meets this other man who basically becomes his mentor, and he goes through these scrolls, and these scrolls are basically how you should live your life every single day. This would be a great book for some of you to start off, especially if you are in sales. It's exactly what it says it is. It will teach you how to become a better human being, how to actually sell more. It'll give you the habits that you need, and it'll give you the mindset. I highly recommend this book. It's a short read. You could probably read it in one day. The next book that completely changed my life was Relentless by Tim Grover. Now, if you don't know who Tim Grover is, Tim Grover was the trainer of Michael Jordan, people like Kobe Bryant, like Dwayne Wade. He taught the best of the best. And he said Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had a completely different mindset. This was the trainer who basically slept in the same hotel rooms as Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. He was there every single day with them on the road. He knew their deepest, darkest secrets. And he talks about the mentality that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan had. Now in this book, like I went over in my last video, he talks about coolers, closers, and cleaners. It's an amazing book. And it'll make you want to go from being a cooler to a cleaner. He talks about cleaners, how they completely just wipe the whole floor with their whole industry. And this will give you a mindset of just literally being relentless, and literally it'll give you a wake-up call, and it'll make you raise your standards. The next book, which is third on my list, which is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you have not heard of this book, you must be living under a rock, because this is the second most read book in the world next to the Bible. Napoleon Hill, back in the early 1900s, basically interviewed the most wealthy people in the world. I'm talking people like Henry Ford, who invented the Ford Motor Company. I'm talking people like the Rockefellers. All the wealthiest people in the world he interviewed, and he put all of their secrets into this book. This book is an amazing book. Every single wealthy person that you listen to on YouTube, that you watch, they all say the main thing. The reason why they have been so successful is because of this book. This book will teach you step by step how to climb the ladder of success, literally. It is a life-changing book. You should definitely pick it up. The next book that you should all pick up is The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone started off his career in car sales, and how he got to where he is at today was by doing car sales training. And now Grant Cardone he's probably close to being worth billions of dollars, has lots of real estate, has transitioned from car sales to basically being a real estate mogul. But I remember when I was first starting off in automotive sales, Grant Cardone was the OG. He was the one who was training on car sales. So I watched his videos, and he came out with this book that was called 10X. And basically what 10X means is that thinking bigger. If you have a goal, you need to 10X that goal. 10 times that goal, because I'd rather fall short of 10X than hit my realistic goal. So when I read that book, I started thinking way bigger. Everything started to change in my life. So when I became a general manager at a dealership, the goal that we had was literally, with working at this Acura dealership, was selling 50 cars. I said, you know what, we're going to aim for 500. So when I started running this dealership, I started operating at a pace where our goal was to sell 500. You should have seen the look on my sales guys' face. They looked like they had seen a ghost. But I started thinking bigger. And when I set my goals, I think the same way when I'm setting the goals with me and my wife. So this book basically got me to open up my vision and started to think bigger. And the bigger that I thought, the better opportunities that started it coming in my life. And the last book that I'll recommend to all of you is Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. If you're looking at recreating your life, completely changing who you are as a person, and you just need this jolt to start your life all over again. If you don't know who David Goggins is a savage. He will make you want to be a better person. He will make you want to be a better human being. He'll make you want to raise your standards. But Can't Hurt Me is basically like his biography. And I can tell you his book is a roller coaster. If you can't read the book, I would recommend that if you're going on a long road trip, you listen to his audiobook in your car and you will know what I mean. But it'll completely change your life. What this guy went through. This guy was literally so fucked up, had such a fucked up childhood, was so overweight. His career was being a cockroach exterminator. And he talks about it. And who he became now running ultra marathons, I would say, if not the strongest mental coach in the world. He broke the pull-up record for doing the most pull-ups in a day. He broke that record. Being who he's at today gave me no excuse of me changing my life completely. So if you're looking for a jolt and you might have these limiting beliefs or these excuses that you keep making up in your mind why you can't get to where you want to go, I highly recommend you picking up Can't Hurt Me. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to change your life, and if you want to change your mindset, and if you want to change your paycheck, you have to start working on yourself. And the best way that I've found that you can change your life is by reading books, not even listening to them, not watching YouTube videos, but sitting down in a chair and reading 10 pages every single day. Out of the 1,000 books that I have read, these are the 5 books that completely recreated my life. So I hope you pick up these 5 books. I'm going to drop them down in the link below. But other than that, if you need anything at all, make sure you could text me at any time or reach out to me on IG. But until next time, I will see you guys later.